Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Azani Analysis. Today we have some intriguing news to share with you all. It appears as though someone, likely an individual in the employment of the LEGO Group, Lucasfilm, or some other closely affiliated corporation, very closely affiliated I'm sure, has leaked 6 images of LEGO Star Wars The Last Jedi sets. For those of you who may not know what The Last Jedi is, it is not a biopic of Barack Obama, or a working title for Creed 2, but the latest Star Wars film. Now, the funny thing about The Last Jedi is that it has been kept under wraps much better than The Force Awakens was, at least comparatively. By the same folks, of course, or most of the same folks, which may not sound like a big deal until you consider that Lucasfilm is pretty much, along with Disney, their owner, are pretty much the most powerful media corporations in the world, and under that, have a lot to lose this sort of thing. So, to whoever leaked this, I would like to recommend a few different things to you. LinkedIn.com, Monster, Snagajob, some things that maybe have helped to you. Good luck, dude. On to the sets themselves. 75188. Let's see, Resistance Bomber over here. Appears to be a pretty high quality set at first glance. Especially worth noting is the fact that it includes a lot of navy blue, or whatever that color is technically called, a color not often seen in system LEGO, along with a lot of dark bluish gray, or bleu as the parlance is. As far as new pieces go, it appears as though we may have something in the way of the lower cockpit, not the top one in the upper left, but the one in the bottom right towards center, which will be interesting to see. A lot of those flick fire missiles, which is great, and in general, the kind of thing that we would expect to see in a large ship. More of note down here is the fact that it seems as though there may be some sort of secondary missile attachment in the form of some sort of system-built missile, bottom right. Not sure what that is per se, but it could look promising. Additionally, the similarities between the set's packaging and the 2009 LEGO Star Wars packaging are pretty interesting to see. Of course, this obviously features people like Rey and Finn, looks a little more flashy, but overall it's a nice updated take on a packaging style that isn't covered in black, which is, I suppose, intriguing to see. As far as the minifigures go, we have some interesting designs here, including one with purple hair. Yes, that's right, that's Vice Admiral Holdo, recently seen the Vanity Fair shoot about several days back. In addition, we have a few different Resistance pilots, nothing too special there, but Poe Dameron has a new outfit, which is kind of interesting to see. Makes you wonder what sort of role he'll have in this film, if he'll be seeing more combat instead of just trying to deliver a message. Alright, up here we have 75189 First Order Heavy Assault Walker. On the noteworthy things about this says that appears to be set, no pun intended, in some sort of either a radioactive wasteland or an icy planet, probably the second one. We have a lot of technic on the lower legs, which is awesome, some flick fire missiles, a lot of sloven pieces around the head, which appear to be somewhat rare, and we have Rey as a minifigure. I'll get into that in just a sec. But regardless, the set looks pretty impressive as far as different pieces goes, especially when you consider the fact that it'll probably be like a 1,200 piece set, probably somewhere in the like over $100 price range. As far as minifigs go, we have a few right here. A Rey minifig, which seems to have some of the Padawan robes, akin to what Luke had in Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. That'll be nice to see. Some of Padawan Rey's garb finally revealed. Additionally, her blue lightsaber is pretty standard. Her hairstyle is very nice. It's incredibly different from what we saw before with Rey, and it looks like it's been kind of let down a little bit, which is a welcome change. Additionally, we have the First Order Walker Driver, which appears to be a new minifig with a head mold that may have been used in the Flame Trooper, but if it hasn't been used in the Flame Trooper, I don't believe it's ever been used before to date. Reminds me of an Episode 3 clone a little bit, which is a cool vibe that I love seeing. Alright, this last one right here, last but not least, is 75190 First Order Star Destroyer, and oh, well, I like it, but it could be a little better in terms of execution. And no, that is not a pun on Darth Vader's Star Destroyer. The fact is that while it's still a large and pretty imposing set, it doesn't really lack the flair of past Star Destroyers. I'm seeing a lot of the same color, not a lot of texturing. And where there is texturing, it doesn't seem to be like layered very well. It seems to be relatively kind of haphazard. And really too spaced out to look realistic. Obviously I haven't seen The Last Jedi. Have you? But, it doesn't look too evocative of anything that you'd see in a film to me. Regardless, what you do see is a lot of Tekken paneling on the lower sides, which is awesome and always appreciated. And I do just want to point out that in the background on the far right, looks like we see the first set that I talked about in the leaks today. We see the Resistance Bomber 75188. So that's a cool touch. For the most part, this set could be improved quite a bit. However, it is nice to see some new and not new, relatively rare pieces in the mix, including whatever is appearing in the, let's see, right at the bottom of the outcropping towards the mid-front section of the ship. They're not gears, but they do look like gears, and it's pretty cool. And I apologize, those are not flick fire missiles, those are stud shooter missiles. And whoa, bold move, LEGO. Now, as far as minifigures are concerned, we have quite a few standouts here, including Snoke in what appears to be like a golden bathrobe, exactly as a certain leaker said a little ways back. A BB unit, BB3E, I think, which has been trademarked already. Cool, I guess. It's a black BB unit, appears to be the same mold as BB-8. Molds haven't actually owned BB-8. Relatively straightforward other than that, can't really see a lot of it. Snoke, they could have gone with a big fig. That might have been nice. I know he's only 7 feet tall, but that might have brought out more of his bone structure in a better way. And other than that, some trooper figures that are relatively standard. And one more thing about Snoke, he does appear to be flesh-colored. That is unfortunate. I think we were hoping for a white, or maybe even a spring green. But hey, sets look alright so far, and there's more to come. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching and possibly subscribing. This has been the Azani Analysis.